ready to rumble.
Welcome to Memorial Gym in downtown Kokomo, Indiana for the third place game of the third annual Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. As longtime rivals, 9-1 Center Grove Trojans take on the 6-4 Warren Central Warriors. Tonight's game is brought to us by Smokin' Barrel Barbecue, Indy's best barbecue, just south of Warren Central High School, and online at smoking-barrel-bbq.com, smoking-barrel-bbq.com. And tonight's game brought to us by Dan Thompson of Thompson Wealth Management. Financial advice that is custom and financial advice you can trust. Alongside Jan Bozier, I'm Rob Brown. Happy you're with us on this Saturday evening. We're really excited about this matchup as Center Grove and Warren Central, for 20-plus years, rivals in the MIC. That is no more now that Center Grove has left the MIC along with Carmel. But maybe just that adds an extra layer to this matchup tonight, Jan.
Well, very possibly could. Center Grove, much like their football team, is going to get you with their defense if you're not careful. Giving up just 44. They're very difficult to score against, so that invokes some patience on the offense. Warren Central, they're a scrappy ball club. They'll get after you. They'll push it a little bit, but they just love to turn defense into offense.
Well, these teams advancing. There's our official crew that we see tonight. Bryce Barton, Jeremy Horns, and Stacy Minier. Tonight's officials brought to us by Andrew Prince Realty, whether it's buying, selling, or renting, or even investing when it comes to real estate. Andrew Prince with Century 21 Sheets is here to help. Call 317-883-7575 or online at prince.indyhomehunt.com. Well, we mentioned these teams 1-1 so far in this tournament. Center Grove winning last night over South Bend Riley and then lost on a tip-in at the buzzer earlier today to Kokomo. Meanwhile, Warren Central eked by Guerin Catholic yesterday, 41-40, and then dropped a 53-38 decision to Brownsburg this afternoon. That game, Warren Central, the difference was the Warriors were outscored in the middle two quarters 34-16.
Yeah, and at times Warren has struggled offensively, and that has kind of been their MO. But listen, when you look at their losses, listen to this. Mishawaka Marion, 10-1. Ben Davis, number 1. And then Indianapolis Cathedral, number 3. So they've lost, and not by much, to 3 unbelievable teams.
Well, we should also mention Warren Central, although they're playing in the third-place game tonight, so it's not in play, they were the champions of this tournament last season. Time now for our starting lineups, brought to us by virtual announcer and Aaron Pittman. Make your game day experience the absolute best by hiring Aaron, and if he can't be there, he'll be your virtual announcer, and that's for any sport, not just hoops. Find out more and just how affordable it can be at Virtual Announce on social or by calling 317-800-0612. Lineup for the visitors, at least in the visiting uniforms of Warren Central Warriors. Jalen Hooks and Tyler Horton on the front line. Caleb Green, Cordell Edwards, and Javon Guess on the back line. DeAndre Davis, the head coach, in his third year, 40-18 his record. And Center Grove, the home team on the scoreboard in the home white uniforms. Their starting 5, the usual starting 5 for Zach Hahn's club. 3 in the backcourt, Jalen Bundy, Marcus Ankney, the leading scorer, who's averaging just under 23 a game. And Ethan McComb, Joey Schmitz, and Will Spellman on the front line. Zach Hahn, the former Butler Bulldog, easy for me to say, the head coach in his 9th season, 123 wins and against 86 losses. We mentioned these teams are no longer on each other's regular season schedule. Last season, which is the last year that Center Grove played in the MIC, Center Grove won last year over Warren Central, and this is mind-boggling, Jan, considering the teams that Center Grove has had over the last decade. That win last year for Center Grove against Warren snapped what was an 11-game losing streak for the Trojans against Warren Central.
Well, Warren's lineup, they're going to go big against Center Grove. This is one of their bigger lineups that they'll put out there. So they're going to put the bigs against Center Grove, who's a little bit smaller. So let's see how that plays out.
Again, Warren Central in the road blacks with the gold numerals and lettering. Center Grove in the home whites with the red numerals and lettering and the black trim. Each team working away from its respective bench in this first half. Jalen Hooks at 6'6", Will Spellman at 6'5" to jump it up. And Warren Central controls. Center Grove in a man-to-man to start. Hooks crosses up Schmitz, went into traffic, had it poked free. And Spellman comes away with it. Schmitz into the lane quickly. Finger roll at the rim. It skipped out on him. Spellman skied for the board and couldn't find it. Now racing up the wing as Edwards drops to a trailing Hooks and he lays it in.
Yeah, they take advantage of the bigs right away. Look for that paint to be busy.
Jan, you've seen Warren twice, and you've seen them through when they've looked really good and when they've struggled.
Yeah, but I will say this. They're getting better all the time. They're fine-tuning that last couple of strokes on their golf score right now. They're still really good.
Spellman missed the wide-open 15-footer on the baseline. Spellman, a very good shooter for a big, shoots it at 67% behind the three-point line.
I really think Horton could be a big factor. If he gets more involved, he's a wide body, and if they can get some more points out of him, it might be the answer for Warren.
Hooks lost it in traffic. Kick out to Schmitz for
Bingo.
3. In transition, Warren gives up the transition 3 to Schmitz.
There
And
it
the
is.
Trojans back on top. That contest, Ankney got a piece of Horton's drop step.
I want to see Horton just slam it, dude. He is that big, that strong. Just slam it.
Corner 3 by Schmitz is up. That one's long, but the rebound is tapped out and grabbed by McComb.
Well, we've not said much about Mr. Ankney, but he certainly can put some points in.
Averaging just under 23 a game, one of the leading scorers in Central Indiana. Long
There
3
you
by
go.
McComb is good.
Boy, they're looking good from outside. And I tell you, the more Center Grove stays balanced offensively, they're really, really good.
That was a deep one by McComb, who's going to be a preferred walk-on at Butler next year. 2 straight threes by Center Grove has the Trojans on top by 4. Hooks looks in deep. Flashing to the elbow is Guess.
And that has been the problem with Warren at times. Their offense has not stayed real consistent.
Horton turns and flips it in, but it's waved off on the travel. That's, by my unofficial count, that's 3 turnovers already for Warren here in the first 2.5 minutes.
Yep.
Of course, we get the official stats at the end of each quarter. We'll update you on that as we move through the evening.
Yeah, Warren's that ball club who can put 15 on you in a hurry or go a few minutes and not do anything.
And McComb hits another deep 3 from the same spot. 3 triples to start the game for Center Grove.
Rob, you got to think that Center Grove's got a chip on their shoulder. When you lose one like they lost today, they had every intention of playing in the next game, not this one.
They had an 8-point lead early in the fourth quarter.
So they got a chip on their shoulder. They're playing like it right now, too.
Edwards lost his grip but got it back. Possession continues. Hooks trying to attack into traffic. Dumps it on the baseline to Guess. Guess to the rim against Spellman. Short-armed it in traffic, but was fouled and will shoot 2 with 4:52 left in the quarter.
Well, Hooks has been one of their more consistent players. He's averages just under 16 a ball game. Shoots it pretty well from in the paint, obviously, at 60%.
Foul went to Spellman. His first. Javon Guess shoots the free throws up. First one's no good.
And I feel like a big important part of Warren Central's ball game, Rob, and they went big, now they're going to sub here, is they intend to pound it in, and hopefully they're going to live at the free throw line. If so, that'll fall into their hands as well. They're a decent free throw shooting ball club.
Well, DeAndre Davis, senior, taking a different approach then, taking off the 6'7" Horton and bringing on the 5'9" sophomore Zeke Kirby.
Well, I think right away with Center Grove hitting quick outside shots, I think he feels like he's got to match up a little more outside.
Maybe speed the game up a little bit.
Well, it could be, but I think it's more a pressure defensive thing.
Ankney trying to get loose against the length of Hooks, and he's fouled, making his way down the left side of the lane. But that foul goes to Kirby on the reach-in as Ankney went strolling by.
Makes a difference when you're the team that's not as big and you get out to that quick lead. You put a little pressure on your opponent to match the size and quickness.
When McComb was going to pull that from the logo.
Nice.
Spellman looked for Smits on the back cut and almost a steal by Edwards, but he slipped and touched on the baseline.
How about the effort and quickness of Edwards? My word, is he quick. I seen him get 3 steals in a row the other night against Cathedral.
Ankney down the baseline, backing in against Green. Now circles into the paint. Picked up his dribble in a tough spot. Turns and shoots, missed it. And Hooks went up high to get it. Schmitz fouled him.
Hooks, solid rebounder, 6'6". But he plays strong too, Rob. He plays very physical.
9-2 the score. Warren Central with a lone field goal by Hooks. Halfway through the first quarter. Pass into Hooks in a double team, and it last touched off the inline by the right hand of Guess. Garrett Messer coming on, 6'5" senior. So they sub out the 6'5" Spellman for the 6'5" Messer. Bundy walks it up against the pressure of Kirby.
I'm not sure Ankney didn't twist a ankle or a knee. He's kind of favoring a little bit. Let's see how he plays.
Schmidt's spot up three is short. And Edwards comes out of there with the rebound. He wants to run. Lost the handle. Able to roll to the ground and pick it up and keep the possession alive. Kirby hoists up a three that's around and out. And Bundy picks the rebound up off the floor. Has Kirby on his hip. Ankney head of steam down the lane. Pull up from 8 is short. Hooks one hands the rebound. Leaking out is Kirby. He takes the hit ahead and lays it in.
And you're going to see that a lot out of Warren Central. They're going to send a guard a lot. They'll try to steal a few, and they will do that often.
Bundy across the line against Kirby. Gets a screen from Messer. Killed his dribble. Messer backing in the block. Kick out to McComb. Drives into traffic to Schmitz in the corner. Schmitz is trapped. Short corner. Ball around the horn. Ankney left alone for three, but didn't want to shoot it against the smaller Edwards. Now Messer turning face out front. Wanted the dribble handoff and gives to Ankney.
Much better half-court defense by Warren.
Step back three by Ankney is strong, and Edwards has the rebound. Looking up the floor. Swings it cross court to Green. Edwards resets. Leaves for Hooks on the wing. He gets a head of steam down the baseline. Drove into a double team, and Schmitz took it away. Leaking out Ankney. The pass is too far, but Schmitz left it for Bundy. Passed too much on it. Now Hooks has it. 3-on-2. Hooks, big steps. Nice leave off to Green to lay it in.
Beautiful pass by Hooks. He waited till the defense committed and made the great pass.
And if he takes one more step, it's a charge. But he checked up nicely. 9-6. Up too tight is Kirby, and he has his second foul.
You just better get used to that because that's the Warren Central defense. They get a lot of just points and pressure from their guards. They are so quick.
Nick Glover is on, number 31 for Warren Central. A couple new faces in for Center Grove as well. Number 2, Owen Baker, a 5'10 senior, and Peyton Bird, number 10, a 6'6 junior, and Spellman has also checked back in. Inside 2 minutes to go, first quarter.
Warren's kind of weathered a little bit of a run for Center Grove.
Spellman got ahead of steam, and Hooks smacked it off the backboard.
Hooks is a serious player. I'm telling you he is.
Edwards down the lane, elevates, but his finger roll danced off the rim.
Boy, a couple finishes, we'd have a tie ball game.
Schmitz jumps into the defender who went straight up.
Good
nice
defense.
play by Glover.
Good defense. Good defense without fouling.
Hooks all the way to the goal, short arm to layup, and Black Shirts crashing in to try and grab that one.
Well, Warren's doing everything except finishing. They're getting the shots they want, Rob. They just got to get that thing up there and finish.
They are certainly getting to the rim.
Oh, yeah.
That foul is on Glover, his first and the team's third.
They are a attack mode type ball club.
Robert Walker comes on, 6'2 junior, number 32 for Warren Central.
Robert, it appears Center Grove is now finding a little bit more difficult to get a good open shot. They got to move that ball a little more. Look at the defense by Warren.
Really pressuring the basketball is Green.
And they'll do it the whole game. That ain't just this possession. They never stop.
Bundy got into no man's land, and Warren forced him into a bad shot. Hooks spinning, gives to Green down the baseline, swings it to the new man into the game. That's Walker, who missed the three, and the putback is missed by Glover.
Warren can't believe it. How many have they left empty now, Rob? About 5 right at the rim.
They've missed at least 5 shots within 3 feet of the rim. And find themselves trailing by 3 to the Warriors. Inside 40 seconds to go, first quarter.
Well, this is definitely a Center Grove pace. And kind of a Warren pace, too. They both play at this pace.
Schmitz against Hooks. Schmitz through the lane. Now over to Baker. Back to Schmitz out front. Spellman with 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Bundy resets. They've got Ankney at the table, but unless there's a stoppage, he won't get in.
I just noticed that. I didn't realize they had pulled him. You thought they'd want him in.
Hooks gamble for the steal. Schmitz down the baseline, cut off on the help defense. Bundy's through the lane, runs into the defender, traveling call.
All of a sudden, the defense of Warren has tightened up. Center Grove is finding it a little more difficult to get in that paint. They got to reverse the ball a little quicker.
3.5 seconds to go. Warren Central has to go the length of the floor.
People who have tried to dribble through Warren have found it difficult.
Edwards stumbling, lost the handle, got it back, and can't get a shot off. So a low-scoring game, but Warren, despite trailing by 3, cranks up the defense and shuts Center Grove out for the final 5:20 of the first quarter. But the 3-point Trojan lead as we head to period number 2. That is up next as you're watching Indiana High School basketball on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81.
Has it, leaps the man, still on his feet. Stevens lunges.
Are you kidding me?
Champions of Marion County.
Unbelievable!
Touchdown. Living up to that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. So that was going to be a highlight reel.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Well, today's game brought to us by Hoosier Shooting Academy. Combine cutting-edge technology with old-school work ethic to make your game better at the Hoosier Shooting Academy. Go see Paul at 465 in Brookville Road and always online at HoosierShooting.net. Well, this game is hand-to-hand combat in the paint.
Well, Warren Central had 5 early turnovers, and Center Grove was able to get 6 points out of that. Neither team shooting the lights out, although Center Grove had those quick threes early.
Spellman backs, jump hook up and in. Good patience. And Spellman flips it in. That stops a 5-minute and 35-second shutout that the Warren Central defense had posted to close out the quarter. Hooks backs the dribble out to the high right. Green comes to get it. Number 30, Damian Keys, is in for the first time tonight. He's in the left corner for the Warren offense. Guest picked up his dribble. Hooks finds him on the roll to the bucket. Partially blocked by Bird and a foul.
Oh, my. Really good timing out of Center Grove's number 10 that time.
Boy, Bird just unfurled his wingspan there at the rim.
Bird timed that perfectly. Good, has good length. Because, boy, you looked for sure that was a solid 2, only to be rejected.
Yeah, I don't think Guest thought there was any way Bird was going to be able to get close enough to contest that shot.
This game's not for the faint of heart. You've got to be strong, take it strong, play above the rim.
11-6 our score. Center Grove up 5. Spellman posting. As Guest on his hip, spins baseline. No space to shoot, kicks it out to Ankney for a 3.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, Spellman set that up because he made some, noise early in that last possession in the paint. Then he had a possession there. Defense sagged, and that's going to help the Center Grove offense.
Already the 4th 3-pointer for Center Grove. First points for Ankney. Down the lane, and Spellman blocks the shot, but Hooks has the rebound, and the length of Hooks allows him to use the rim to protect himself and lay it in.
Good call. That's exactly right. He used the rim because he had bodies all over him. Warren Central needed that.
14-8, early stages, second quarter. Kick out to Baker for a 3. That's off the back of the rim, and a nice box out by Guess to keep Spellman away. Hit ahead up the floor to Keys. Hanging, shooting, banked it too hard. Got his own rebound in the paint against Spellman. Flipped it up and drew the second foul on Spellman.
Well, Warren Central not finishing real well, but they're battling, and they got a big foul there.
So Spellman's second foul. Team third. And Damian Keys shoots it twice. First one, no good. Dylan Metter stepping in for the first time today, number 1 for the Trojans, as Bundy and McComb return. Warren Central 0 for 3 from the foul line.
That's a big stat because that's part of their game. Because they're so physical, pounding inside, they get to the free throw line a lot. Boy, they've got to cash in.
Second one good. 14-9 our score. Center Grove up 5. Bundy looking for Ankney. Keys up tight out front. Ankney left hand to the dribble to the foul line, gets it right back. Now he attacks the right side, and a blocking foul called on Keys. Ankney earning himself a trip to the foul line.
Ankney's not had a lot of open looks. I mean, Warren Central's very aware of what kind of shooter he is, and they've been overplaying him, so he's tried to get a dribble inside a few times.
Keys foul his first, team fifth. Ankney is shooting, and this is a perimeter player we're talking about now. He's shooting 64% inside the three-point line on twos. That's phenomenal.
That is phenomenal.
Spellman checks out with 2 fouls.
Boy, and I thought he was very effective there the last couple offensive possessions. He'll get a rest. Of course, he had that 1 foul. They don't want him to pick up another one, so they'll spare him a little bit. We'll see him here in a couple minutes, I'm guessing. Maybe not as long as Center Grove keeps that lead. They may not because they don't want to get that second foul on him.
5 points for Ankney, all here in the quarter. The lead back to 7 for Center Grove. Walker topside. Edwards.
Warren's just got to be a little more patient. I think they need to work Center Grove, make him play a little more defense.
Walker looks back to the bench for the play call. Hooks has the right side ISO if he wants it.
Well, I'd like to see a high ball screen for Hooks. There it is right there. Missed him.
They had him flashing in
yes,
the paint.
They did.
Now Guess attacks and a nice
Pretty.
reverse layup to the rim.
That's pretty. But you know what? They had patience that time, Rob. Much better half-court set for the Warriors.
Down the baseline, Metter cut off. Gets it back. Pump fakes a 3 down the baseline. He finds Ankney. And the extra pass sees McComb at the top for 3 and
Great
missed.
checkout. Great checkout by Warriors.
Second time that Guess has screened a man away for a defensive board.
Oh, tough
Edwards
pass.
dropped a pass in traffic to Guess that just too many white shirts there. And the possession arrow, though, keeps it at the Warren end.
Good idea, but to your point, Center Grove sags a lot. Even though they play man-to-man, Rob, they'll sag a lot because they know how Warren Central wants to get to the rim. So they'll sag a lot to try to protect the paint.
Edwards dumped it into Hooks. Splitting the
Tough.
double team. He's just too long.
Yeah, long and strong. Great pass. Tough one, though. Warren make a little noise here, Rob.
Had the length to split that double team. Warriors have scored 7 of the last 9 points to pull back within 3. Ankney runs into Edwards, offensive foul.
Buried the shoulder. That's going to get you.
Edwards has been pesky defensively here in this
Yeah,
first
and
half.
I think he's frustrated Ankney a little bit. You know, a guy who is used to scoring a lot gets a little impatient sometimes. He's pretty good about letting the game come to him, but any good, not just him, any good scorer gets a little frustrated when, you know, the scoring comes a little tougher.
Walker on the wing, trying to find Hooks.
Well, this is a tough assignment for Ankney defensively. That's a tough matchup.
Hooks cut off in a double team, shoveled it in traffic to Edwards. He pump faked Bundy on the way by and laid it in.
Patience, patience, patience. Warriors making a move here, Rob.
Little 6-0 burst by the Warriors to pull within 1.
Look at that defense. That guy is amazing.
Edwards is all over Bundy. Walker jumped the passing lane, almost stole it away. Bundy's open for a 3 that is no good, and another rebound for Guest.
No second chance points much for Center Grove.
Warriors can grab the lead with a hoop on this trip. Keys gets a running start to the paint, and he runs over Ankney.
Yep, good call again.
We saw that coming.
Yeah, I felt like he was well established. I felt like a really good call by the official.
Second foul on Keys. He'll have a seat. Zeke Kirby returns playing with 2 fouls. Orange Central has an 11-7 advantage here in the quarter. Center Grove, however, still leading by 1.
Really, really good first half. Both teams, man, just battling their hearts out here. Really good first half.
Joey Schmitz is back in the game. McComb tries a long 3 that's no good. Hooks up high to get it. Leaking out his gas, pass too far. And out of bounds off the inline.
Well, you know the old adage, live and die by the 3. While Center Grove certainly can hit it, they've not been real productive from behind the arc here in this second period.
Yeah, Ankney has hit the lone Center Grove 3. Trojans have 4 in the game. Warren Central yet to make a three. I think they've only attempted maybe one or two.
They don't shoot a lot.
Ankney thought about the three behind the Messer screen, cut off by the length of hooks. So the offense resets. Schmitz drives. Leaves it on the wing to McComb. Bundy. Ankney has a screen there if he wants it. Guess comes up to hedge it. Now Ankney attacks in the paint all the way to the goal as Messer had blocked Guess away.
Timeout, Center Grove. Really, really great decision there. Under control, seen the path and took it.
Center Grove calls full timeout as Ankney's bucket puts the Trojans back up 3 with 2:22 to go here in the half. Tonight's game brought to us by Scott Young of One Midwest Financial. Scott Young offers a wide range of products and services that can help clients get the stability needed to face life surprises. Scott will work in sync with his clients to uncover their financial goals, review the state of their financial health, and identify strategies to guide them up and down the financial mountain. Email Scott at syoung@onemidwestfp.com. Tonight's game also brought to us by ADP and Anthony Bennett. Did you know that ADP pays 1 in 6 Americans? And did you know that if you mention ISC, you get the full range of ADP services for free for 3 months? That's right. ISC and ADP have partnered to help your small business, and it's free for 3. Call Anthony Bennett at 317-427-8249 or email anthony.bennett@adp.com and mention ISC.
Well, I think Center Grove's has kind of figured out a page out of Warren Central. Their patience got them a bucket there. Both teams, because of the defense, is going to have to probably be a little more patient than they may want to be.
Will Spellman has returned, number 42 in white on your screen, playing with 2 fouls.
If they're going to take Ankney's 3 away, that dribble drive may be there.
(18-15) the score. Center Grove on top. Edwards wants Kirby to come get it, and he does at the high right. Back to Edwards. Trojans in a 2-3 zone. In the corner, Hooks tries a 3. That's off the back of the rim. Guess taps at the rebound, but he was on the back of Bundy to do it. And I believe that's team foul 7. They should be shooting a 1-and-1 there. Oh, it's an over the back. Never mind.
Player control.
Yep, player control. Second foul on Guess. Trojans with the basketball and a 3-point lead. Schmitz in the lane. Kicks to McComb. McComb through the lane. Out to Ankney for 3. Got it.
There he goes. But he got that because of ball reversal. Now what we got?
Well, the horn sounded and brought everything to a complete stop. Ankney's 3 makes it 21-15. Ankney has 10 points in the quarter.
Well, I'm not sure what the horn was for.
I think they were trying to call the officials back and ask about that being the 17th foul and wondering if there should have been a 1-and-1 shot.
Can't correct it now after the bucket.
No, I don't believe so. So we've got a discussion between Bryce Barton and Stacy Minier. And Bryce Barton bringing people in. That was the 17th foul. They should have shot that.
So it was not player control.
They should have shot that 1-and-1 as Guess went on the back of Bundy. So how are they going to play this? Are they going to take the 3 away?
I don't think you can do that. No, it's not a correctable error. Not after the opponent scores. No, that's not right either.
They're going to count the basket? You can't count the basket and give Center Grove free throws.
Right. According, if I remember the way of the rule, once the bucket is made by the opponent, it's non-correctable error. Been a while since I read the rule, but you can't correct this error now. It's correctable up until the opponent makes a bucket. Now, I haven't read the rule in a while. You don't see it a lot.
Well, what we should do is keep talking because we've got a crowd mic right by this conversation. If it gets salty, it might go over the air. So you and I need to keep talking. I'm just kidding. I don't understand how. I don't understand how the three-pointer counts, and they're going to give Center Grove the free throws.
No, Coach, and what Coach Hahn is saying is absolutely correct.
So they're going to.
I could be dead wrong, but I don't think it's correctable error after the opponent makes a bucket.
Well, and I don't know the rule book, I guess, as well as I should.
I haven't seen the rule in a while, but I was pretty sure that once the opponent made the bucket, it was a non-correctable error. How can you go if you don't count the three?
Oh, and they just gave a technical foul to the assistant coach, Roy Hairston. Roy Hairston just got teed up. The assistant coach for Warren Central, Roy Hairston, the former Purdue great, on the bench just has been assessed a technical foul.
Well. Well, it's unfortunate.
It is.
I'll have to look up the rule, but I'm pretty sure it's a non-correctable error. But I could be wrong. Been a while since we've seen it. Here's the problem with the rule. A lot like over and back. You don't do it for a long, long time, and then the rule is not, really known how to play it.
So Bundy missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Now Joey Schmitz shoots the technical free throws.
Well, Coach Hahn, I heard him over the microphone. What he said is what I think.
Let's just count the three-pointer and move on.
You count the three-pointer and go on because you can't fix it. So him and I are at least on the same page. Not that he needs my agreement or I need his. It is what it is at this point.
So Center Grove gets possession. Up 8. Spellman backing on Guess. Lost the handle, and he walked.
Well, as an official, you got to refresh your memory on those rules because you could go a whole season and never hear that rule.
And Spellman blocks a shot at the rim. Here comes Ankney. And a foul in the backcourt called on Warren Central. That foul is on Guess, his third. Ankney 1-and-1, first one up and in. Ankney has 11 points here in the quarter. And that one's short. Spellman taps it to McComb, and he couldn't get the roll. Rebounded by Hooks. 24-15. Final minute. And a foul called on Center Grove. They've got a couple to give. Foul's on McComb. His first, team fifth. 1 minute to go. We got another foul. If that's Spellman, that's 3. No, they give that to Ankney on the reach in, his second.
Yeah, it's still big on him, though. That's 2 for him.
Yep, team 6. Lob into Glover, out to Kirby. And another foul called on Center Grove. That's team 7. So we'll have a 1-and-1.
Well, we've lost a complete flow of this game right now.
Yes, it has come to a grinding halt.
It sure has.
Kirby shoots a 1-and-1, up and in. That stops an 8-0 Center Grove run that was perhaps enhanced by a rule that we don't completely understand. Kirby missed the second free throw, grabbed by McComb. 24-16. Bundy walks it across the line. Hand to Schmitz. Pressure by Edwards. Now Spellman has it. Edwards trying to initiate the 5-second count by getting up close. Spellman holds back to Bundy. 20 seconds left. Spellman in the corner. Now to Baker. Center Grove trying to hold for one here. Inside 10 seconds left in the half. Bundy's out by the timeline. Trying to get free from Walker and can't. Schmitz, pull up three, top of the key, is off the mark. Rebound tapped up and almost went in. Would have counted by McComb if it went, but it did not. And we go to the break with Center Grove up 8, 24-16. Trojans outscoring the Warriors 15-10 in the second quarter. Stay tuned. We'll step out and come back. Halftime festivities up next as you're watching Indiana High School basketball on the IHSAA Sports Network and Comcast 81.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score!
The original Gridiron Gang develops skills both on and off the field in football players of any age, and that applies to any budget as well. The Gridiron Gang offers pillars of change to underrepresented communities, military families, and offers chances to volunteer to earn additional training hours at no additional cost. The Gridiron Gang is led by Robert Mathis, Daniel Muir, and other longtime NFL vets. Find out more at theoriginalgridirongang.com and click on the Scholarship tab to nominate a student athlete in need.
Fall means football, and on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here. The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here.
Rob Brown, Jan Bozier back with you at Memorial Gym on the campus, downtown Kokomo.
This is a campus. You're right.
It is a campus.
It is
yeah,
a
it
campus.
is a campus. There's a school across the street.
Sure there is.
Game, the third place game of our Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. Center Grove leading Warren Central at the break, 24-16. Marcus Ankney leads all scorers. He's got 11 for Center Grove. All of those points came in the second quarter. Jalen Hooks has 6 points to pace Warren Central. Tough shooting for both teams, Jan, both shooting under 40%. Very physical game. What were your takeaways from that first half?
Well, not surprising. We talked in the opening that this would be a physical defensive battle. Scoring would be difficult on both sides, and indeed it has. Both teams have left some on the floor they should have had at the rim. I think three-point shooting early certainly helped Center Grove a little bit. And then with all that confusion there at the end, Warren kind of just, I don't know what the best word to say. They got technical, the air, and just the game came flat, and they went flat.
Well, Center Grove has outscored Warren Central 15-0 from the three-point line. Certainly a big factor in this 8-point game. We're going to take our first break here in the halftime show. When we come back, we'll have more from Memorial Gym in Kokomo. After this, you're watching Indiana High School basketball on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right.
Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
We're at halftime in our third-place game of the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. Center Grove leads Warren Central 24-16. Tonight's game brought to us by Smoke and Barrel Barbecue. They're not new to the game, but their restaurant inside Camp Stratoma is. Stop by and check them out at 2316 South German Church Road. Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays are online at smoking-barrel-bbq.com. And stay tuned later in the game for tonight's Smoking Play of the Game presented by Smoke and Barrel Barbecue. Tonight's game also brought to us by Family Source Insurance and Pat Cherry. There's value in independence, and that applies to your insurance as well. Family Source Insurance works with 8 different brands to ensure you get the best rates, period. 2 great locations to serve you in Greenfield and on the south side, and always available online at FamilySourceInsurance.com. Well, Warren Central trails Center Grove by 8. Jan, what are you seeing from both teams adjustment-wise here in the second half?
Well, something we talked about during that first half, patience is going to have to be invoked on some of this offense. Both defenses are tough. Center Grove's really sagging, really causing some problems. Not a lot of room in the paint when they sag. Both teams just going to have to be patient. Center Grove, when they got some ball reversals, found some threes. Key was, I think, Center Grove got some of those threes early. Certainly have been much harder for them to get that three later in the ball game. So I think Warren's played pretty well. They just missed like 5 or 6 around the rim. It clearly changed the complexity of this game. They got to finish. They're getting there.
Center Grove leads Warren Central by 8. Third quarter around the bend next. We'll take our final pause here in the halftime show and come back. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81.
The original Gridiron Gang provides on and off the field football training for all athletes, and that applies to any budget as well. The Gridiron Gang offers a scholarship program for underrepresented communities and families who work in the public sector, allowing athletes to train for free. Gridiron Gang is led by Robert Mathis, Daniel Muir, and other longtime NFL vets. Text Gridiron to 55433 for more info. Click on the Foundation tab to nominate a student athlete today. Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at ISCSportsNetwork.com.
3, 2, 1.
Has the first dunk in the building from Aaron Joya. Waits, Waddell finishes and lays it in.
There is right now the play of the game.
Better finish. Good. We might see that on plays of the week. Great feed. The finish. Spin, win, 3. Bury it in the lane. No, gun, yes. Whoa, what a play. Flying in.
Now Rob Brown and Jam Bozier back at Memorial Gym. Tonight's game brought to us by Coca-Cola of Kokomo, the Phil Cox Memorial Tournament, presented by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. Coca-Cola of Kokomo has been your local Coca-Cola bottler since 1907 and serves 25 high schools across north central Indiana, including the Kokomo Wildcats. Find out more at cckokomo.com. And tonight's game brought to us by the Gridiron Gang. The original Gridiron Gang believes that budget limitations shouldn't lead to football limitations. Go to the original Gridiron Gang, that's all one word.com, and click on the Foundation tab to learn more about how their training services can be provided at limited or no cost to unrepresented communities and to members of military families. The original Gridiron Gang, developing skills on and off the field. Center Grove with an 8-point lead in the third-place game of this Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament, third annual. Jan, I have to admit, I had to do some reading up on Phil Cox. I kind of knew about him, but didn't know to detail. And the thing that struck me the most is you've got to be some kind of person to have a tournament named after you, memorially, of course, in a town you didn't even grow up in.
Yeah.
He's a Connersville guy. Was the star on their Connersville State Championship team in 1972, but settled here in Kokomo in the mid-'80s and never left, and obviously made a huge impact on this community.
Well, he did, and what an honor, and I think a great honor, too, to have a tournament, named after such a great individual who did so much for the community.
Think about this. Not only was he the MVP of the 1972 state final when Connersville won the first of his 2 state titles, he sang the national anthem before the game started.
That's what I've heard. That's awesome. Hey, listen, Warren Central's going to have a short memory here. They got to let that stuff to happen. It's over. You got to move on and play good ball now.
Spellman deep catch in the paint, turns on gas and flips it up and in with the right hand.
That's a really good move under control. He's made some differences here when he's got the ball down low, Rob.
He's so strong when he catches it that deep, it's impossible to move him off the spot. 10-point lead, first double-figure advantage for either team in this one. Hooks takes it to the right side. Spellman and Guest wrestling in the block. They go cross-court skip to Green. Now Guest flashes to the block against Spellman, and Spellman's picked up his 3rd foul.
Well, they're flat out down there battling. You knew sooner or later a whistle was going to be called.
You almost expect him to bring a blocking sled out and put it on the baseline.
That's tough.
As much as they're going at it down there.
This is where it is official. You have to draw a line. How much contact are you going to allow? And it varies a little bit from official to official.
Kirby starts the second half, and he drills a 3.
There you go. Maybe that'll get the Warriors going. Let's see now how CG answers the bell here.
First 3-pointer of the night for the Warriors. Bundy looking inside. DeAndre Davis, senior, going with a 3-guard lineup to start this second half. Spellman doubled down low. Green came down, stuck a hand in. The ball ricochets into the Center Grove bench. Last touch by Green.
Yeah, they thought there at the last second, Green got a hand on it.
Ankney in the tight corner to McComb. Back to Ankney. Tripped as he made his way through the lane.
And we've seen him do that in the first half where they're overplaying him, trying to take away his 3-point shooting. And you can't take away everything, but Warren Central does a pretty good job on the dribble drive and getting help side.
Foul went to Green, or Edwards rather, his first. Spellman backs on Guess. Reverse layup up and in. Spellman going to work a little bit here to start the third.
Boy, we got a big man battle right now. Both of them are putting on a battle and a half.
Hooks on the baseline, spun on Ankney. Ball reversed around the end. Edwards at the right wing. Kirby drives in the corner. Edwards for a high arcing 3. It's short. Spellman's got the rebound. Warren retreating defensively. Spellman leaves it for Bundy. Almost turned it over as Hooks was trailing the play. Schmitz looks for the swing and finds Ankney in the corner.
Yeah, they missed him early. He was there, and they missed him.
Ankney to the baseline, cut off by Green. Ball reversed to Bundy at the high right. Spellman up to set the screen. Ankney picked up by Kirby on a switch. Bowls his way through the paint. Bundy's got time to set his feet and knock down a 3.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Ankney really set that up because he got penetration, kicked it out. Inside, outside.
31-19. Largest lead of the game for Center Grove. Ankney setting up Bundy for his first 3. 3 off the back of the rim is missed. Bundy through the midcourt.
Center Grove gets something here. Warren may need a timeout. Got a steal, though.
Steal by Green. Has McComb on his hip. Spellman is back. And Green put it up over Spellman's outstretched hand. That caused him to miss it. Zach Hahn tells Bundy to slow down. And let's work some offense here. Inside 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, up 12. And Hooks anticipated. Ankney in pursuit, and Hooks will throw it down with 2 hands. That moved the basket.
That moved the whole side of the gymnasium. Hope this place don't come down. I injure easy.
That shook the support above the basket.
Oh, my word.
So Hooks has 8 to lead Warren Central. Back to a 10-point game. Schmitz on the dribble, handoff, foul line, pull up, rolls good.
He left no doubts with that one.
Joey Schmitz averaging 18 a game, so one of 3 double-figure scores for this Warren team. Edwards got loose, dropped it to Guess. He missed the shot, but he's fouled by Schmitz and shoots 2.
Well, Guess has made a living, Rob, underneath the bucket. Warren's got to hit the free throws now.
Warren Central 2 out of 6 from the line tonight. And Guess rolls home the first one.
I don't know that I've ever seen a basket move quite that much before.
It
completely
had a little bit of swing in it.
It contracted itself.
Robert Walker and Damian Keys have stepped in for Warren Central. One more for Guess. That one is good. The team's trading scores. The lead stays at 10. Almost a steal in the backcourt by Walker to knock it out of bounds.
Now what Center Grove's got to do is get the ball in, get it to the middle, because Warren is in complete press mode now, as they should be. Got to try to get some defense to their offense. Just take your time. Don't force it if you're CG. There it is.
Schmitz with Walker in pursuit all the way to the rim. Dropped it off to Spellman. He fades and shoots. Too strong. Rebounded by Walker. Warren got the stop they were looking for. Almost thrown away, but Guess is first to it. Keys in the corner. Loose with the dribble. And McComb comes away with it. Keys in pursuit. And McComb's missed the shot. McComb picks it up off the floor, leaves to a trailing Ankney, and Keys fouls him at the rim.
Well, both teams getting a little too dribble happy, getting a little careless with the ball. Too much quickness out there. You got to pass through this stuff.
Trying to remove the ball on the dribble there. A little too much. Third foul on Keys. Ankney shoots 2. First one's up and kicks up over in over the front of the rim. 12 points for Marcus Ankney, leading all scorers.
Well, it's kind of been a quiet 12, you know.
Yep.
He's not forced much, and that's good. But I'd give Warren a lot of credit. They've really pressured him, so somebody's got to be open at times, being double-teamed.
Did hit 2 top of the circle threes in the second quarter.
And they were big at the time.
Zach Hahn calls a full timeout. We'll stay here with 3:36 to go in the third quarter. Center Grove back up 12. Tonight's game is brought to us by the Thompson Wealth Management Group of RBC. Financial security begins by building a plan you can trust. Dan and his team provide custom advice for individual needs and goals. No matter where you are in life, you can depend on their independence and expertise. Call Dan Thompson today at 317-810-5414 or visit thompsonwmg.com to set up your complimentary consultation. Now 3:36 to go here in the third quarter. Center Grove has pushed its 8-point halftime lead to 12. And, Jan, it just seems like Warren Central can't quite get a foothold on this game.
Yeah, they've never been able to get an offense that continued with flow. At times they've made some good runs, but that's kind of been their story through the whole year. They really beat teams by taking defense and turning it into offense. Spellman's been a problem for them. He's did pretty well down low and got a lot of attention, but he's got, how many points he got,
6.
Rob?
6.
Yeah, but they've been big ones.
Yep. He's one of 3 double-figure scorers. Now with 3 fouls, they'll protect him, take him out during that timeout, and bring Messer in, who spells him at the 5. Center Grove trapping a little bit out front of this 2-3 zone. Warren looking to move the basketball and find the spaces. Hooks cuts in. Nice high-low. And the shot missed, however. Messer's got the rebound.
Good rebound.
Glover rushed that shot a bit.
Really solid rebound out of Messer.
Ankney walks it across the line.
Just once again, Warren Central gets a great shot and cannot finish.
Ankney gets all the way to the rim and lays it in with the left hand. Hooks attacking the other way, and a charging foul called. Messer stood in and took the hit.
Tough call there. The official thought he had his feet planted.
There's the drive by Ankney. as there was no one to stop him at the rim once he turned the corner. Tyler Horton has returned for Warren Central, replacing Nick Glover. Ankney up the floor against Keys. Keys knocked it free momentarily. And now McComb resets. Owen Baker has come on, number 2. Bundy kicks it back out to Ankney for a spot-up 3 that's around and off. And McComb saves the rebound right to Jordan. 3 black shirts there.
Warren needs a bucket in the worst way.
Walker, kick out 3. That looked good when it left his hands. Ankney fighting for it, and Bundy's there to save it to him. Now Ankney up the floor to Baker. Baker through the lane. McComb all day to measure the 3. Got it. Well, you just saw that coming.
Yeah, you did. Great ball recognition. The heads were up. They seen the open guy and got it to him.
And a 7-0 run by Center Grove has ballooned the lead to a game-high 17.
It's go time. Warren Central has got to find some offense.
Inside 2 minutes to go in the period. Hooks a little short 10-footer, grazes the rim, and the rebound fought for out of bounds. Last touch by McComb. Peyton Bird will come back in for Center Grove, as will Joey Schmitz and Dylan Metter.
Well, we think we got some bigs in this game, and we do, but it gets even bigger. Big battle next game with Kokomo and Brownsburg.
Looking forward to that one. 2 of the top 6 teams in the state. And we've got a foul on Center Grove on the inbound. I believe that's Bird. Yep. Peyton Bird, the foul. His first, team third. Both teams with 3 team fouls so far in the half. On the catch and shoot, Walker from the corner. Air ball, loose ball on the deck, and the ball picked up by Messer. Now numbers if they hurry. Diagonal pass, broken up, and it ricochets out of bounds off the shin of Walker. It seems like 2/3, don't get crossed up in my math here, 2/3 of the scrambles, the 50-50 balls have gone Center Grove's way tonight.
I think you're right. No, I think that's a good observation.
Where the ball's getting kicked around, it seems like it ends up in their favor. Metter's 3 trickles off the rim, but Schmitz flies in and gets the rebound.
Warren missed a check out that time.
Possession continues.
Good effort, though, by CG.
Inside 90 seconds in the third quarter. Messer facing up top of the circle. Hand off to Baker. Sets his feet, partially blocked on that 3 by Walker. Horton, rather. Here comes Edwards up the floor. Kirby measures a 3. That one's no good. And a good hard rebound on the offensive end by Horton to wrestle that one away.
Well, all of a sudden, Warren has fallen in love with his 3-point shot, and it has not been kind to him.
Messer's foul, his first, team 4th.
Got to be careful. You're going to shoot yourself clear out of this game.
Out top, Horton gives to Edwards. Edwards crossed up Baker but lost the handle. Now Edwards on the deck. We've got a timeout. Timeout called by Warren Central to keep the possession. 30-second timeout. Center Grove on a 7-0 run to lead by 17, 40-23. Tonight's game brought to us by Scott Young of Midwest Financial. Scott Young offers a wide range of products and services that can help clients get the stability needed to face life surprises. Scott will work in sync with his clients to uncover their financial goals, review the state of their financial health, and identify strategies to guide them up and down the financial mountain. Email Scott at syoung@onemidwestfp.com.
Well, I think the difference in this game is Center Grove's patience. You know, both teams playing hard, both teams getting after it, but the patience on their offensive end has got them better shot selection.
Well, it's gotten to the point where Warren almost has to kind of scramble this game up to give themselves a chance to come back.
It's now or never. They got a minute left in this period, then they got the 4th, and they've got to get an offense that's got some flow to it. They're settling just for long 3-pointers. They're basically set shots.
Green drives, dumped it into Walker. Horton rather. He wasn't ready for it. And the Warriors turn it over. Now Center Grove has a chance to play for 1, although Green applying some heavy pressure on Schmitz out front. Metter over to Baker.
Well, if you're going to beat Warren, you don't dribble through them. You pass through them. And Center Grove, for the most part, has done a pretty good job of passing and cutting.
Hand check out front on Green with 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Green's foul, his first and the team's fourth. Damian Keys returns, and we get our first look at the 6'2 sophomore, Kashawn Harlan, number 21 in black and gold on your screen. Schmitz working out top against Kirby. Metter, back to Schmitz. Gets a high screen from Messer. Schmitz pull up three is short. Rebound, Hooks one hands it, looks at the clock, in a hurry, try to bounce it ahead, and is kicked.
Somebody's down.
Yeah, Metter, I think, rolled his ankle a little
sure
bit.
Did, didn't he?
I think he landed on somebody's foot. Spellman will come on. No, make that Sam Haynes, who gave himself a hockey substitution. He just hopped over the board and came on in.
Like James.
6'7" senior Sam Haynes. I can see why they don't want to put Spellman in here at the end and get another foul.
Absolutely. Now, it's not necessary with the lead.
Hooks, quick catch, has to hurry, put it up, roll off the rim. Couldn't get it to go, and that'll do it. So Center Grove expands its 8-point halftime lead to a 17-point lead after 3 quarters of play. And Trojans with a 16-7 advantage in the period. Final 8 minutes around the bend next. We'll step out and come right back. It's Indiana High School basketball on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is
God, there you go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
Wrestler! Wrestler!
Whoa!
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds left.
Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it.
Here's the finish. You get a layup taken and an and one. Out of here.
Now 1 quarter of play to go here from Memorial Gym in Kokomo in this 3rd place game of the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. Center Grove leading Warren Central 40-23. As Jan mentioned moments ago, we'll have the championship game. Should be a good one. Brownsburg and Kokomo, 2 of the top 6 teams in the state. Right around 8 o'clock, our tip time for that one.
Hey, I think this place is going to be full. I'm starting to see K's everywhere in the crowd.
Yeah, they're trickling in.
Yes, they
they're
are.
trickling in.
Hey, a big problem for Warren, obviously, 1 for 9 3-point shooting, just 11%. Short of that, rebounds same, not different. A lot of differences in turnovers. There's not one glaring thing except for just the shooting percentage for Warren.
Warren had just 2 field goals in the quarter.
That's not going to get you very far. Hey, you got a whole quarter now. Let's see who comes out and wins this 4th quarter.
Hooks out of a double, swings it over to Keys, fakes a man off his feet, steps into a long 2. It's no good. Rebound and control by Spellman. Diggy Smith, number 42 in black and gold, is in for the first time tonight, the 6'4 junior. 6th player off the bench for Warren tonight.
And I don't know if we were on camera or not, but Center Grove had 2 players leave the floor with sprained ankles, it looked like.
Yeah, we saw Metter get hurt and be helped off. Spellman up and under move is too strong. And Schmitz on the back of Smith commits the foul. And right as Jalen Hooks spun into the paint for that attempt to beat the buzzer, Peyton Bird got tangled up. And as we went to break, we saw Bird had to be helped via teammates to the bench.
And once again, we talked about that. You just never know. See how your depth turns out.
That's the 4th foul on Schmitz.
Hopefully nothing serious.
But he stays in the game for now.
Probably done for tonight.
Hooks turning and facing on Spellman. Dumps it in deep and put up and in by Kashawn Harlan, who came into the game late in the 3rd quarter. That stops a 7-0 Center Grove run. Foul is on McComb. His second, the team's 6. Robert Walker's back in for Warren Central, replacing Zeke Kirby.
Well, we talked about in the opening about Center Grove giving up just 44 points a ball game. And we can see again tonight where their defense has really carried them so far in this season.
40-26 our score. 1 minute gone, final quarter. Ankney's back in the game. McComb, Bundy, Spellman, and Baker, the 5 on the floor for Center Grove. Ankney tried to force a pass into Spellman that the Warriors were ready for. Up the floor, Harlan. Works on the wing, leaves for Keys. Shovels to Hooks in the paint. Hooks dumps it down, puts it up, puts it in, does Diggy Smith. 5 straight points by the Warriors, and it's a 12-point game. 40-28. Bundy just beats the 10-second count and gets it over to McComb. Spellman. Back to Bundy with Walker up tight. McComb out front, left alone. They dare him to shoot it. He tees it up short. Spellman's got the rebound. And the possession continues for the Trojans. Ankney gets a screen.
Ankney's been playing a lot lower. They've kind of, I think, maybe have moved him down low with the injuries to the other players.
And Spellman on the deep catch. Ankney finds him, and Spellman wheels to lay it in. Center Grove calls a full timeout. We'll stay here with 5:49 to go in the ball game. And Center Grove up 14. Tonight's game brought to us by Smoke and Barrel Barbecue. They're not new to the game, but their restaurant inside Camp Sertoma is. Stop by and check them out at 2316 South German Church Road. Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays are online at smokeandbarrel-bbq.com. First time I haven't messed up that web address. And stay tuned later in the game for tonight's Smoke and Play of the Game presented by Smoke and Barrel Barbecue.
Dash delicious.
Dash delicious. Dash Jan is hungry. Hashtag feed Jan.
Me. You're killing me.
Tonight's game also brought to us by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. The Phil Cox Memorial Tourney is presented by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. Has been the local Coca-Cola bottler here since 1907, serving 25 high schools across north central Indiana, including the Kokomo Wildcats. Find out more at cckokomo.com.
Well, I think the major difference for me is the play of Will Spillman. He has really been a constant for Center Grove, both on the defensive side, the rebounding side, and the scoring side.
Yeah, he's been a little too much to handle underneath there. He has 8 points to supplement Ankney and McComb's 15 and 12, respectively.
Well, I felt like he had more than 8, but still a solid 8. Nothing wrong with 8.
And a
is that on Spellman?
Scoop shot by Harlan draws a foul. And they got McComb on a reach. But Center Grove is over the limit. That's team 7.
Well, I like it from Warren's standpoint. Listen, if you're going to get back in this thing, you got to hit free throws.
Harlan shoots they call him foul in the act of shooting, so it's a 2-shot foul. He misses the first. And I have one more. That one rolls off the rim as well. Another rebound for Spellman. He's got 5 to go with 8 points. Bundy against Walker's pressure. Double teamed. And Walker is down near midcourt.
I think he's rolled an ankle.
I think given how he grabbed his leg, I think he knocked knees with Ankney as Ankney pivoted away against the pressure.
3 banged up here a little bit.
So Walker able to get himself to the bench, but certainly favoring that right leg. Ankney gets it back from Spellman. Weaves into the lane, back to Bundy. Spellman drifting up to set a high screen. Bundy tight ropes the sideline. Spellman in the corner to McComb.
Center Grove going to space it out here a little bit.
And Ankney tried to feed Spellman, flashing to the near block, and Hooks' hands got up and knocked it out of bounds. So Center Grove puts it in. 4:55 to go. Trojans only trail at 2-0. Spellman working in the right block, double. Throws it away. Hooks scoops up the loose ball.
Yeah, Spellman got double teamed that time. He's got to get it out a little quicker.
Step back three by Kirby is off the rim. Rebounded by Baker. I think by and large he's done a pretty good job of getting it out too on the double teams tonight.
I completely agree.
Bundy to the far side. Hooks up tight on Ankney. And Baker unloads to McComb on the far side. Ankney back with it. Spellman mid-block. Turning face at the elbow now. Wheels in. And missed it too strong on the banker against Smith. Hooks on the push. Kirby up the wing. Skips to Keys, sets for three. That's no good. Kirby tapped it to Smith, and he put it up and in with the left hand. Diggy Smith with 4 off the bench. And diving to the floor was Hooks. He almost stole it away.
And I think Ankney just jammed his finger.
Yeah, he's walking away looking at his left hand.
Yeah, he caught that ball right on the tip of the finger, and that hurts.
See Brownsburg leaving the bleachers on the baseline to go get ready for our championship game. And Hooks again overplaying, almost stole it away, tapped it into the bench. (42-30). Schmitz in the deep backcourt. And diagonal pass to Spellman down the baseline, and he elevates for the slam.
That's what you do. I like it. When you go up strong, just slam it. I like it.
Hooks backing, spins away from the double team, and he got the roll from 8.
Little reverse move.
Hooks in the double figures. First Warrior to get there tonight. He has 10.
Warren's never been able to get past this 12 mark. They've been there for a long while.
Ankney drive and leave it. Metter thought about a 3, but instead opts to run some clock. Metter. Keys up to bother him. Now Metter, Hooks went for the steal. Metter weaving in the lane. Kicks it back out to Smits.
Center Grove really taking clock off here.
Ankney dumps to Spellman, and he puts it up again.
Great
Boy,
patience.
Ankney has set Spellman up all night.
Yeah, and what you want to do there is work that clock, get an easy one, make the defense work. That's really well done by Center Grove.
Quick step back jumper is missed. Rebound scooped up and in, and a foul. Diggy Smith again. Diggy Smith with the bucket. Fouls on McComb. Take a look at this. Diggy Smith flips it up and in. Now, tonight's game brought to us by Andrew Smith Realty. Whether it's buying, selling, or renting, or even investing when it comes to real estate, Andrew Prince of Century 21 Sheets is here to help. Call 317-883-7575 or online at prince.indyhomehunt.com.
Well, they got till 11. They still got 2 minutes and 23. Got to get some buckets here.
Diggy Smith with 7 points off the bench, all here in the quarter.
Center
McComb
Grove.
lost the handle, but he's fouled by Kirby. They had fouls to give, did the Warriors.
Center Grove really doing a good job of spacing, using a lot of clock.
Just the 15th foul on Warren Central. Spellman, one of 3 Trojans in double figures. Spins on Smith, double team. And now they go around the horn to Metter. 2 minutes left. Ankney holds to Spellman at the elbow. Now Schmitz.
All white jerseys moving now.
Metter to Ankney. In the second or third quarter, Ankney shoots that shot, but now clock is more valuable. He got all the way to the rim, did Ankney, missed the shot, but he drew the foul there on Keys.
A lot of clock.
Keys' fourth foul, team 6. Ankney fouled in the act. Tonight's game presented by the Thompson Wealth Management Group of RBC. Financial security begins by building a plan you can trust. Dan and his team provide custom advice for your individual needs and goals. No matter where you are in life, you can depend on their expertise and independence. Call Dan Thompson today at 317-810-5414 or visit ThompsonWMG.com to set up your complimentary consultation. Ankney has a game-high 15 points, missed that first free throw.
Ankney just does a good job of letting the game come to him. He doesn't really force much, knows what to do and when to do it.
It's the second free throw, lead back to 12, inside 100 seconds to go. Kirby lets the ball roll in. Now he picks it up in the forecourt, working against Schmitz. Walker at the arc against McComb. Crossing up into traffic, lost it. McComb's got it. Throws it ahead to Kirby, who stole it. And the pass across the paint. Hooks tries a corner three that's long. Rebound corralled by Schmitz. 1:15 to go.
Well, you got to go back to that big lead early for Center Grove. Got them off to a really good start, and they played with the lead, really, Rob, throughout this whole game, and just really have controlled the tempo. They're going to end up winning this thing.
Warren's only lead was at 2-0.
Yep.
And a 9-0 run was Center Grove's response to that, and that put the Trojans in front for good. We'll see if Center Grove is able to run out the rest of this clock. 40 seconds to go. Again, Brownsburg and Kokomo in our championship game tonight at the top of the hour. As soon as this game concludes, we'll step out for a couple minutes and we'll have post-game thoughts, including our player of the game and our play of the game. Metter on the floor, and he traveled.
A little surprised that Warren didn't start foul a little earlier, but they elected not to.
And 19 seconds to go. Warren improved to 10-1. Kirby to the rim, finger roll up and in. Zeke Kirby with 8 points off the bench. 10 seconds left. And Metter into the forecourt. Kirby pokes it out of bounds. It goes off the end line with 2.5 seconds to go. And Center Grove, all they have to do is just put it in. Ankney into Spellman, and he'll hold it. Wait for the horn. So Center Grove, in a matchup between longtime MIC rivals, holds off Warren Central tonight in the third place game of this Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. Our final 47-37. We'll step out for a couple minutes, come back. Post-game shows next on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness.
122-6-0 for Penn. What a swim. Six of them.
Shot at the buzzer. She got it! Oh my goodness, what a shot!
Hello. Did it again. Hello. Made the highlight reel again. That goes to Mentor and all kinds of room to run. Down the middle of the field, and he will not be touched. Jackson, hello. There we go.
Stokes throws it, caught, ball ricochets.
Wow.
A huge hit.
Wow. This has been an amazing display of goal scoring.
Leaps the man, still on his feet. Stevens lunges.
Are you kidding me?
Champions of Marion County.
Unbelievable.
Touchdown.
Living up to that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. So that was going to be a highlight reel.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is
Caught! There you go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
Wrestler! Whoa!
Rob Brown, Jan Bozier back with you at Memorial Gym, downtown Kokomo. Our third place game of this Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament is in the books. Center Grove defeats Warren Central 47-37. And Jan, before we get into our player of the game and play of the game, just some general overview. It seemed like once Warren got down 8 to 10 points, they just couldn't find the footing to make any kind of dent into that.
They're not a team that can get down 10, 12 points. They're just not built that well. They need to keep it within striking distance. You look through the stats, there's no glaring stat except for the fact Warren Central hits 1 3-pointer, 1 for 12. Center Grove hits 7. That's a big difference in points when you go 1 to 7 3-point.
Yeah, it's an 18-point difference in a 10-point game. So Center Grove grabs the win tonight over Warren Central. Time now to turn our attention to our player of the game, and that will go to the game's leading scorer, the senior out of Center Grove, Marcus Ankney, who had a game-high 16 points. And our player of the game brought to us by Dan Thompson of Thompson Wealth Management. Financial advice that is custom and financial advice you can trust.
Well, they put a lot of pressure on him, and he stayed patient. And when he took the shot away, he was more than capable of the dribble drive. Had a really steady and nice ball game tonight.
He had 11 of his points in the second quarter. And you see his teammate Ethan McComb knocking down a couple shots as well. So Marcus Ankney, the game-high scorer, he is tonight's Dan Thompson of Thompson Wealth Management player of the game. Will Spellman joined him in double figures with 12 points. Jalen Hooks led Warren Central with 10. Our smoking hot play of the game is the other double-figure scorer, Will Spellman. His dunk, and I did not know he could elevate like that, Jan, but he threw it down hard. He had a tremendous game tonight with 12 points and 7 rebounds.
Hey, it's a proven fact. Big guys can't jump.
Smoking hot play of the game brought to us by Smokin' Barrel Barbecue. Whatever your weekend plans are, they'll be better with some Smokin' Barrel Barbecue. Open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at Camp Sertoma on Indy's southeast side, and always available online at smokin-barrel-bbq.com. Well, Warren Central drops its second straight, falls to 6-5. Warriors will be back in action next Friday night for a mid game at Lawrence North. Meanwhile, Center Grove improves to 10-1, and they will host Carmel next Friday night. Our championship game here in the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament, Kokomo against Brownsburg. As a big crowd continue to file in here at Memorial Gym, we'll have it for you at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Hope you can join us for that. For now, though, on behalf of our director, Vince Morellis, our cameraman, Aaron Siders, my partner, Jan Bozier, I'm Rob Brown on behalf of our entire ISC Sports Network crew saying so long, everybody.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds remaining.
Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it.
That's the finish. You get a layup, take it, and an and one.